Braden, in that first half, Trey was just sort of automatic on all those floaters and leaners, or whatever you want to call them. Just when he's that efficient, what does that open up for the rest of this offense?
Yeah, I mean, it makes guys have to make decisions defensively. Either they're going to let him keep shooting that, he's going to make it, or they're going to pull in, and then we got 40% 3-point shooters on the wings. So, I mean, pick your poison, and tonight shots were falling, unlike Rutgers. So, I mean, when that is happening and we're making shots, it makes it very difficult for them to defend.
CJ, just the job you did on Bryce Williams and just the impact you and Miles had guarding him, and how much did that fuel your offense thereafter?
I feel like it fueled it a lot. Once we get stops on defense, and that leads to transition offense, and I feel like we got a lot of that this game and got a lot of open shots from that. So.
CJ, offensively, you scored 10 straight points for you guys in the second half. Just what does it feel like when you have it going like that? I think you made your first 8 shots tonight.
Yeah, it felt great. PJ always tell me, like, look for my shot, and that's something that I take pride in, and just look for my shot first. And yeah.
Braden, sometimes you're the guy who decides who shoots. Twice you were leading the break. You had Fletcher on your left, you had CJ on the far side, you look for CJ. So I guess how much confidence do you have in him that he can have games like this?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it all summer. I had to guard him. And so, I mean, I know what he's capable of, and he had the shot going, and they were out there denying Fletch. That's why I went the other way. And whether they take Fletch or take CJ, I mean, I'm going to find the guy that's open. And like I said earlier, we got a lot of shooters on this team, so it makes my job pretty easy. It also helps when TK runs the floor. That pulls people in, so.
Trey, obviously, the Auburn game and a couple games before that, things weren't going well. Some of the elite teams in the country, but how did this team kind of keep the positivity and realize this team was capable of what it's done the last 5 games and kind of just rolled with the punches there?
I just think the older guys know that it's a long season, and then we've gotten better since then. I think we've just continued to, put work in our individual game and keep getting better collectively as a team and know what we're doing and execute. When you do that day by day, you start, seeing better results.
Trey, just 7 assists, no turnovers for you. That's kind of an uncommon stat line for a big guy. How did you want to attack the way they defend, and how much does your understanding of how they defend matter at this point?
I just think Braden and I have worked so much on the short roll, and we spend so much time in practice that it really doesn't matter. Braden told me before the game, just be instinctive when you get the ball in the short roll, and I think that's what I'm gonna just keep doing. Just trusting my instincts, and we've worked on it so much that it doesn't really matter what their coverage is. It may affect me, maybe the first 2 plays, but after that, it's gonna be pretty automatic.
Braden, can you rate the 2 alley-oop dunks, and then just in general, what made you guys so effective in transition today?
Yeah, I mean, it just starts with getting defensive stops. And like I said, with the shooters, I mean, it makes my job easier. And then when guys are on the floor, especially those 2, you can kind of throw it to wherever. I think I threw both a little too high and a little off. So it's great that they were able to go get it and kind of gave them a little sparks, and they were hitting some shots after that. So just gets them going and gets their confidence up, and it's good to see.
Braden, it's been several games in a row now with you. You have a steal, several of them you have multiple, and it seems like it's getting contagious. I mean, what's gotten into you and everybody else to kind of cause chaos the last few games?
Yeah, I think just really paying attention to the scouting report and understanding their offense. And then like Trey said, just using my instincts. Just being around the ball, going and getting it, and then once you get those stops, able to push and transition and do what we did tonight.
Braden, I asked Trey about kind of when things weren't going well and keeping level-headed. Obviously, you're not going to go out and do this every single night, so how do you kind of, take this today, but also know this isn't the norm, and you've got 2 tough ones coming up on the road next week?
Yeah, it's basketball, and that's a part of it. And I'm not going to be like this all the time, and same with everybody. We're not going to shoot great, just like the last 2 games. Like Rutgers, we didn't shoot it well. Here we did. So, I mean, you just got to find different ways to win, and I think we've done a really good job defensively, especially since we got in the Big Ten, on really focusing and doing our job. And I think once we do that, focus defensively, that offense really doesn't matter, because if they can't score and our shots aren't falling, we're able to create offense through the short roll or through closeouts and being able to make plays through there.
Trey, you were fairly automatic there in the first half with those, like whatever, 8-footers, 10-footers, the various things that you're doing there. How much time during the week do you put into just that shot? And did you think that specifically against this matchup that was going to be important?
I do think I've put a lot of time into the shot, but I think I've just always kind of had a natural touch from, floaters. I don't think so. We put a lot of time into it, and so glad to see it's kind of paying off in games.
Anything else? Last one.
CJ, just the change to this lineup, it's been pretty seamless. What do you think this group of 5 gives you guys that maybe you didn't have before?
I think with this group of 5, like, we're able to push the ball. I'm able to help Braden if he's stuck or trapped and be able to bring the ball up. And like they were saying with Braden and TK's pick and roll game, if people close in on TK, then he's able to kick out to me or Fletcher. I feel like that's been very helpful for them.
Okay. Thank you, guys.